Hello and welcome back to another Sam Tutoring video. My name is Samuel and I'm a private tutor based in London. I run Sam Tutoring, which is a tutoring service and education consultancy. And if you're watching this, it's very likely that you're going to be starting university soon and you're looking for some tips on how to navigate freshers. Will you make friends? Are you going to be homesick? Will you enjoy yourself? Don't worry, I got you. Let's go through my top tips for Freshers Week. So let's start by answering the question, what exactly is Freshers? So for students attending university in the United Kingdom, first year undergraduate students are called Freshers. Freshers Week is their introduction to university life. It's the week before term starts where freshers move into their accommodation and meet their other fellow new students. The university and other local establishments host a range of events for freshers to enjoy and to meet other new students. Now, media has painted this picture of university as being one big party interspersed with frantic study sessions. And whilst university for the majority of people is a great time spent with people that may become lifelong friends, cinema doesn't quite capture the totality of the university experience. With that being said, this now creates a subconscious pressure for students to live up to every second of Freshers Week, and if you're not doing that, that means you're somehow failing. The reality is you do not have to enjoy every single second of Freshers Week. And don't let social media lie to you. Remember that social media is a highlight reel and needs to be taken with a large grain of salt. You may not enjoy every single moment of Freshers Week, and that's okay. Remember, Freshers Week is just the beginning of your university experience, not the sum total of it. So don't put too much pressure on the week to be everything and more. Have a great time by all means, but remember the real memories are going to be created in the years to come. Arguably the most important part of Freshers Week is making friends, and this can be a source of great stress for many a fresher. Freshers Week is a fairly rare situation in life where there are thousands of students in a very similar situation, which means if you're feeling anxious about making friends, the chances are there are many people that feel exactly the same way. Make sure you're friendly, say hello to as many people as you can, not just the ones that look friendly, but as many people as you can. You may be really shy and not like interacting with people, but your fellow freshers don't know that about you yet. And they're a lot more receptive to meeting new people than they would be otherwise. Now, you're probably gonna get quite tired of telling people your course, where your accommodation is, and where you're from, but hang in there and you'll be happy that you did. If you're living in halls, invest in a door stomp and keep your door open as you're moving in. It will give your fellow housemates and flatmates the opportunity to pop their heads round and say hello. If there is one relationship that you're going to need to nurture early, it will be with the people that you're living with. Now, there's no obligation for you all to be best friends, but you definitely want to have a comfortable and relaxed relationship because you're going to be living with these people for at least a year. When it comes to making friends, don't feel pressure to meet your people in the first week. The people you hang out with during Freshers may not even be your long-term friends. You may not even see them again after Freshers Week. Don't feel that you have to change for a group of people that are not good for you. There is a difference between friends that cause you to grow and develop and those that have a negative influence on you. Know the difference. The more you spend time doing the things you enjoy and going to the places that you like, your long-term friends will naturally gravitate towards you over time. So play the long game and don't feel that you have to meet your best friends in the first week. And this also goes for students that are living at home for whatever reason. You can still have a great but different university experience. Get out there and start saying hello. You may have to work a bit harder to fight the urge to go home straight after uni, but you'll be glad you did in the long run. And when you're meeting people for the first time, you don't have to do too much. Trust me, relax. Trust Sam on this one. Don't do too much. Okay, now when it comes to planning what you're actually going to be doing in Freshers, find the calendar of events for both academic and social activities. Now you can find these in your welcome packs, through your welcome emails, or on social media. Have a think about the events that you want to attend, not just because everyone else is going, but that you will actually enjoy, but give space for this to change. You may find a better alternative or find something else that is better value for money. During Freshers Week, FOMO, aka the fear of missing out, is a very real thing. But let me tell you something, you do not have to attend absolutely every single event. This is why it's so important to be aware of what's happening so you can select the best events for you to attend. With that being said, Freshers Week has a lot of good things happening, so your schedule should at least be full during the week. Now, Freshers Week is going to be very busy anyway, and you're going to want to be well rested before you arrive. Also, make sure that you're eating properly and having some time to relax. If you do catch the dreaded Freshers flu, and yes, that is a thing, you'll need a strong immune system to fight it off. And generally, you don't want to burn out before university has even started, so make sure that you're well rested. So when it comes to unpacking, don't spend too much time unpacking. Do it as early as possible so you can spend more time doing other things. Make your space as homely and as comfortable as possible. This may be a process, so remember that you have the rest of the term to perfect this. During Freshers Week, your university will give you an opportunity to see all the extracurricular activities on offer. This is Freshers Fair. You'll be able to get information on all the different student-run societies, sports teams. It's also a great place to engage with external companies. This should be one of the non-negotiable events. There is no other place throughout the year that you will be able to see all of the different activities that your university has to offer in the same place. Now, if your Freshers Fair is over 2 days, I would definitely encourage you to go on both days because it can be quite difficult to properly go around everything in a short space of time. You'll be able to sign up to societies, you can get more information about taster and welcome events and explore other interests you have, or even try something new. So leading on from this, the clubs and societies that you're part of during your time at university are going to be your main source of extracurricular activity. They will be hosting trials and taster events during the first few weeks of term, so look out for those. This is also a great way of making friends because you will share similar interests. Now, another important announcement, and that is that the clubs and societies are fully aware that many of the students that attend the early events, they will never see again. So don't feel bad about trying something new and deciding that it's not for you. Now, becoming a member of a society will normally incur some sort of a fee. This can range in price depending on the activity. Sports teams especially will be a bit more expensive. So if you're going to invest in a club or society, make sure that you get your money's worth and that you make use of it. Now, during your time as a student, every time you enter a shop or purchase an item online, you need to be aware of the magic phrase, and that is student discount. Now, companies know that on average, students have much less disposable income than the rest of the population. So most of the recognizable brands that you know and venues will have some sort of student discount program available. It's up to you as a student to have a cultural shift in your thinking and sniff out these deals. Even if it's not explicitly obvious, always ask if the vendor offers a student discount. Now, uni days is normally the go-to for most discounts, and I would definitely make sure you invest in a 16 to 25 rail card, especially if you're moving to a new city, and there will be internal discounts at your specific university, so definitely look out for those as well. If your university is offering some sort of wristband or all-inclusive deal during freshers, make sure that you do your research and crunch the numbers to make sure that they are actually good value for money. If used well, your student discount can save you thousands over the course of your studies. Now let's talk about finance. If you've taken out a student loan, for many of you, this will be the first time that you've had a lump sum in your account. So you may get a bit excited and maybe overspend, and this can lead you to surviving on baked beans and pot noodles until your next installment arrives and hits your account. If you haven't budgeted before, this is a great opportunity to start. Now, you don't necessarily need to count every single penny, but you need at least a general idea of how much you're spending and where it's going. This will help you make informed decisions. You may also need some emergency money if there are issues with your student finance. It's generally good practice anyway to have an emergency fund. As much advice as you receive, as many videos as you watch, there will always be something that you didn't foresee, that you didn't see coming. So in that instance, an emergency fund becomes really useful. Also, make sure you're aware of where your student support services are. These include your university admin, your GP, and counseling services, amongst other things. Now, let's talk about homesickness. If this is the first time that you're away from home, it's very likely that you'll experience homesickness. With all the different activities of Freshers Week, you're going to be very busy. And after Freshers Week is completed, you'll go straight into your course. So hopefully that will reduce the time you have to miss home. It's normally also a really good idea to take some things that remind you of home with you, and you can call home and speak to family also if you are feeling homesick. Maybe not too much, because that can really compound the effect of the homesickness, and they may also worry as well. Now, another tip that I really want to give you as well is to document the journey. Now, university for most is a great time, and you're going to meet new people and share great memories together and have the opportunity to experience new and exciting things if you allow yourself to. Make sure you document the journey through photos, journal entries, however you like to remember things. I especially recommend that you take lots of photos, you create a really cool timeline that you can look back on with fun memories, and you'll be very glad that you did. So the final piece of advice for this video I'm going to give is don't compromise who you are for the sake of Freshers Week. Freshers can have you feeling that you have to be something or do things that you're not comfortable with, and the truth is that you don't. You don't have to compromise who you are and what you believe. Definitely try new things and grow, but this shouldn't mean that you compromise who you are for the sake of Freshers Weeks. You're definitely going to need to find that balance. If you're not interested in clubbing and drinking, most universities offer alternatives for you to have fun and meet people, and even if you are on a night out, you don't have to do anything that conflicts with your religious, personal, or social boundaries. If the crowd that you're with is putting pressure on you to do this, they're probably not your friends, and you need to find like-minded individuals that you can grow with. If you are going on a night out, please do stay safe. For many of you, you'll be in a new city, so make sure that you can get home safely. The people that you're with might not be that invested in your welfare yet because you've just met, so you will have to make sure that you take good care of yourself. Remember that Freshers Week is the start of your university experience, and ideally you don't want to start off your journey with any regrets. Hopefully you found this video useful. This list is not exhaustive, but hopefully you can pick out some gems that you can go on to use. How are you feeling about starting university? What university are you going to? And what are you studying? Please let me know in the comments. Also have a look at the video I made on the basic study tips I think every student should know about before they begin university. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing and follow me on socials. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.